Hey, Ed from Precision Gun Reviews here, and we're looking at a couple of Smith & Wesson handguns. Why? Well, we're not talking about them, but we are talking about what we're going to put them in, and that is these Versacarry holsters. They're actually technically not even holsters, they're just kind of carry systems, we can call them. It operates on the philosophy that there's one component of gun design that is always the same, and that is the barrel diameter. So this goes into the barrel, and the rest of it is simply a clip that goes inside the waistband, then comes out and over the belt, which runs through there, for a very, very slim profile. And here you have the trigger guard, which you install either on this side for a right-handed draw or this side for a left-handed draw. And I'm going to call it a trigger guard because, I'll show you, you put the gun on, but wait, the trigger is exposed. I was actually very excited about this carry system because one thing that we know about holsters is that while they're made for concealment, they are not necessarily going to make the gun any smaller. Actually, they're never going to make the gun smaller. And oftentimes a holster, while it's intended to conceal the gun, will add bulk to the gun, and these are clearly not adding much bulk at all. It's almost like just sticking the gun into your pants, which is the lowest profile of all. But that particular aspect of this Versacarry holster not covering the trigger is a cause for concern, and I honestly wouldn't feel comfortable carrying with it. I didn't know that this was how it was going to be because it comes in a couple of pieces in the box. So that's not something I would recommend using. However, they do make a revolver option, which installs just like that, and it does have a trigger guard. It's protected on both sides, nothing can get in there. And in that case, we have a whole different story. Not to mention the fact that this gun draws much easier out of the revolver version than the semi-auto version. I actually have a lot of trouble even getting this to draw reliably and consistently from the semi-auto version. Maybe it's different depending on your slide width. They say it's universal based on barrel diameter, but this is a 1.2 inch slide width, and a car, PM9, that's a 1 inch slide width. So there's going to be a different amount of space between the outer rim of the barrel and the outside of this holster. And I don't find that this one can draw reliably, on top of it not having any protection in the trigger guard. So this is not something that I could ever say, yes, go out and use it and you have my blessing, because then I would feel like I was putting you in danger. So that's going to be a no. But this one I actually like a lot. It keeps the size of the entire concealment system way down. It's very thin, it fits inside your waistband very comfortably. You do feel the gun rubbing up against your skin. If that's something that you can't deal with, then either this is not for you, or you'll wear an undershirt tucked in, and then you'll feel the ridges of the gun, but you won't feel the metal, and you won't be sweating on your gun. That's what I'm more worried about. But I really like this one. It draws well, and it slides in there just perfectly and safely, which is the most important thing, of course. What you can't do is reholster at all with this holster. You have to, every time this gun is drawn, you have to pull this clip out. It's easy to pull out, it's just it's got a tab there. You just pull it out from under your belt and you pick the whole thing up, and then you have to reholster outside of your belt and then put the whole rig in and attach it to the belt, which is not convenient. It's definitely not a holster you're going to use for range drills where you're unholstering and shooting, but if it's just something to carry, then it works perfectly fine. Retention is incredible. I could do backflips with this on, and no problem. And it doesn't look like it, right? But yeah, it's in there. It's super solid. It's not coming out, which I really do appreciate, especially for the minimal amount of material that makes up this system. Usually super retention comes with a little bit more bulk. I know Kydex has pretty strong retention, but again, this is even thinner than Kydex. So I really do like this Versacarry for J-frames, but for autos, I would not, I'm never going to use that. I mean, I might as well just throw that out because that'll never be used. Just telling it like it is. This one, beautiful. This one, dangerous. And not very functional either, in my experience. So yeah, that's the Versacarry holster.